Have you ever been playing a farming sim and been like, man, this would be a lot more fun if it was set in the zombie apocalypse and I could roleplay a TSA agent? Welcome to Quarantine Zone, where you can do just that. The big three areas are the checkpoints, the base overview, and a murder drone for some reason. Wait, I am 2 days on the job and they gave me a gun. Does this game take place in Texas? The gameplay is simple. You stand at this little outpost. You can let people into your civilization, the quarantine zone, hence the name, or the termination chamber, otherwise known as liquidation. It's your job as people come forward to test whether or not they are clean or if they have symptoms of a zombie infection. Some symptoms are a little bit more noticeable than others, and some are a little bit more tricky to spot. Ma'am, have you happened to come across any zombies? Any zombies? At all? Do you happen to have a zombie bite mark somewhere? These symptoms can range from red eyes to zombie bites and some other symptoms such as the pale skin, which I don't fully understand how that's not a sign of infection. Oddities can fall into three categories: green meaning good, orange meaning questionable, and red meaning definitely bad. Depending on what symptoms are being shown, it depends on where you should send them. Green is good to go into civilization, red to the liquidation chamber, and orange, which you should put into quarantine to see if it manifests into something else. It's not all just guess and pray though. There are tools that are given to you throughout the course of the game that help you make your decision. These tools can range from completely useless, in my opinion, to unbelievably busted. For example, there's a flashlight toggle, which I'm doing right now, and it does nothing. There's also this shot that tells you 100% for sure if they're infected or not, but it's like a Master Ball in Pokemon where you shouldn't count on having it at all times. They are quite rare because they are so powerful. The tools can also range from very intuitive and very straightforward to a little bit more complicated. For example, this is a scanner that lets you see under clothing to test for zombie bites. And this is like a thing where you can look inside their eyes in order to check for viruses, and you can move down deeper level. I don't really know how this works. Wait, so this thing is to like test people's reflexes? So like, this is a sledgehammer. What do I do with the... Oh, ma'am. I'm sorry. Okay. You know, I deserve that. Okay. Understandable. When survivors come in, sometimes they have baggage with them, both literally and mentally. You got to make sure there's no contraband like weapons or zombie body parts. All right, let's just like open the bag. Oh, wait. How in the Mary Poppins? What is this? Hold on. What in... Oh, no, because it's just a numbers question. It's just like, you got 4 cans of gas, 2 things of propane. Like, Hank Hill couldn't even do this. How do you have that much propane in there? That's all I have left. Get out of here, bro. You have enough. However, not everything they have with them is a bad thing. Some things do help the survivors cope. This dude has cigarettes and a Bible. That's how you know he's going through it. This is the quarantine holding cell where you send people that is kind of questionable on which way they fall. A lot of those orange tags on oddities should go here. The game gets kind of complicated where, as you see right now, I have 3 people in the holding cell and we can't put any more. This creates complications. If you let someone who's infected into the civilization, they can potentially turn into a zombie and kill your survivors. On the flip side, if you kill a survivor and it turns out they weren't infected, you lose money. Which brings us to the greatest enemy of the game, capitalism. Each day, you're met with a scoreboard like this. This shows how much you've gained, how much you've lost, and where you're currently at. It's very important to make sure that you upgrade your base so way you can get bonuses such as holding more survivors in the quarantine cell if needed, or being able to buy additional supplies for your base. As you are reminded throughout the game, you do need a certain amount of survivors to be evacuated at the end of each checkpoint in order to be evacuated in order to progress. This is a laboratory. It'll help you later in the game to research other symptoms, as you know, most biological terrors tend to mutate, which is great in a zombie apocalypse. But you send people here, you have them dissected, and you take them over to this thing. This is where you put the body parts that you've received and you put them in here, and it will eventually give you more symptoms to help you find out who's a survivor and who's infected. There's another area back here which made me laugh really hard actually, because in this cell you can put a zombie, which they tell me is important to be evacuated. Hold on, he said get this on the bus when we do evac. No, bro, no, you come down here, you get this on the bus. What do you mean? I'm not doing that. Come get this on the bus. Get it on the bus. No, you get it on the bus, bro. I ain't touching it. I seen what that thing can do. You out your head. And that's pretty much it. Let the survivors through, don't let the infected through, and try to survive under the crushing weight of capitalism. So what did I personally think of it? It was all right. The play patterns were pretty intuitive, although a little repetitive. Right now it's listed at Steam for like 19, what is it? 20 bucks? 20 bucks? Okay. I if you're interested in playing it right now, I wouldn't spend 20 on it. I would just put it on your wish list and wait for it to go on sale for like maybe 15. But it's not a bad game. I did enjoy it. But that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.